the first Monday Night Raw was without R-Truth and Carlito in the company, which is crazy. First, the Judgment Days, HQ Clubhouse is so empty. There's nothing in it. It's empty without Carlito. Dom was wearing a Carlito That's Cool shirt. W Dom. Or That's Not Cool. Or whatever. I don't remember. I think it was That's Not Cool. Whatever. But yeah. Anyway, we're back with a brand new video. We're in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where Monday Night Raw was being held at. And let's get into it. And let me just say, the chance of We Want Our Truth. We want truth. We want our truth chance. We're in this arena. But Pat McAfee did remind us 2 weeks ago that Pat and Cole made a bet that if the Pacers won the Eastern Conference Finals, that Michael Cole would wear a tank top. Well, we got Michael Cole for the whole show wearing a Indiana Pacers TJ McConnell jersey. Oh my God. This is some insaneness. Vince would have never allowed this in a million years for Michael Cole to do this, and I'm so glad that Michael Cole was allowed to do this. I am so glad he was. By the way, I thought he was going to be in a tank top. Did not think he was going to be in Indiana Pacers jersey. But CM Punk came out and said, does it feel good to be here in Tulsa, Oklahoma on a Monday night or what? And he says, I think it's time when I win Money in the Bank. I think it's time for CM Punk to get another championship. I think it's time for me to get the championship back. And when I win Money in the Bank, I'll become a 3-time Money in the Bank winner. I'm going to cash it on John Cena and get another championship. I know I said it's all about the money, but it's also about championship too. And then Sami Zayn comes and says, right, you got an opportunity for the Money in the Bank, right? You got an opportunity to win that. I don't. But you have to think straight. Seth's in it. And Seth is probably going to try to cost you this opportunity, the qualifier. Because he doesn't want you in it. He doesn't want you to have a chance to win this. So we have to think smart. And then they showed what happened last Monday Night Raw. That how Liv Morgan lost to Kairi Sane. And Liv Morgan confronted Roxanne, more like Roxanne just went up to Liv. But she said, no. If you want to help me, stay out my way. Because you ruined it last week. You're not ruining it this week. Stay out my way. And then Liv Morgan stopped by Io Sky and basically said, when I win this qualifier, go to Money in the Bank, win Money in the Bank, I'm going to cash in on that title to become a 2-time world, actually technically a 3-time women's world champion, and become a 2-time Money in the Bank. And then we go into the qualifier where Stephanie Vacker made her Raw, not debut. She officially signed to Monday Night Raw, which I'm so glad, because she's an incredible wrestler, one of the best women's wrestlers. She's probably, probably, Io, Vacker, Lyra, whoever you guys want to put, that, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, anyway, Stephanie did her, the thing where she bounces down and the person hit her in the face. I forget what it's called, but I know the crowd chanting, like Booker T. And then she did it to Ivy Nile. And Ivy Nile came in with some strength when she grabbed Stephanie's waist when Stephanie was trying to do a German suplex to Liv Morgan. Ivy Nile said, nah, I'm just going to do a German suplex to both of you. And she did it. And then Stephanie and Liv Morgan went back and forth after commercial break. And then when Stephanie and Liv were on the top rope trying to do a superplex, Ivy got underneath Stephanie and did a powerbomb superplex 2 as she pinned. It was clean, but kicked out at 2.5. And then Liv Morgan hit a beautiful code breaker off the second rope on both women. And then hit it on Stephanie. And then hit the Oblivion. But Ivy Nile broke it up. And Ivy Nile and Liv Morgan were fighting on the outside. Ivy Nile threw Liv Morgan into the steel steps, came back in the ring, got caught with SVB 1, 2, 3. Stephanie Vaquer advances to Money in the Bank. So we got Julia, Roxanne Perez, and Stephanie. All NXT main roster rookies who just came here and won it. It's crazy. I was not expecting her. All 3 new NXT people that came up to the main roster all ready to be in Money in the Bank. That's insane. And then when AJ was getting ready for his match, Paul Heyman came and says happy birthday to AJ. He's talking. And he offered him a title opportunity, which of course, like everyone Paul Heyman's offered this opportunity to, he said no. And I'm still can't get in my head, why these people, why these superstars, why these WWE wrestlers are denying title matches from Paul Heyman. If I was a wrestler and he offered me this, I would 100% accept it right on the spot because I'm not missing my chance to get a title shot opportunity. I'd rather have a guaranteed title shot than have maybe a guaranteed title shot to win the Money in the Bank. I'd rather have a guaranteed, like I know I'm going to get one. Not like I don't know if I'm going to win Money in the Bank and I don't know if I'm going to be able to cash in. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But AJ said, I know Seth's plan, Paul. So, yeah. And then Rusev says, my old friend, last week you looked at me disgust. Well, I don't know why you looked like me in disgust. Because I'm taking out the weakness, the badness of WWE. And basically, they were just restarting this Sheamus and Rusev feud. And then they even talked about when they were in the League of Nations with Alberto Del Rio, Wade Barrett, Rusev, and Sheamus. So, they're just going back to that. And then we go to Alpha Academy and Natalia. Sheamus was talking to Cesaro, so you stood up to him. I like that. Also, quick question. Where is Otis? I know Otis got taken out by Rusev. But I remember last week, Tozawa basically getting cut in half by Rusev. So where in the heck did Otis go? Yo, where did that dude go? Yo, I swear if Otis, don't you even, I can't even bring it up because I don't want to put down in the universe. Oh my god. I hope they didn't do my boy Otis dirty like that. Anyway, Sheamus is just being to Cesaro. You did a good thing, Tozawa. You did a good thing. By the way, Tozawa has the ladies, man. Tozawa is a W. And then Kathy Kelly talked to Sheamus, and he said, well, Rusev was my old friend. He destroyed his own career here in WWE. Then after he left WWE, what happened? It lasted as long as Rusev Day did. 24 hours. And then the Judgment Day comes out. And tell me why, when their music started playing, I had no idea who it was. I said, who is this? Then they come out. It's the Judgment Day. I should not have that problem. I should not have that problem where the Judgment Day music hits and I have no idea who it is. That should not be a problem. Please. Like, at least with their old music, I knew who they were. I had no idea who did. I thought it was the Street Pro. I thought it was a New Day at first. I thought it was a New Day. On everything, I thought it was a New Day. Now, that's a problem when you can't even figure out someone's own entrance theme. Nah. WWE changed their theme song. Anyway, they faced the War Raiders. And, I don't know what I expected in this match. This match was kind of like a nothing. But, of course, we got Ivar doing his cool springboard thing to my boy Finn Balor. JD Souls crazy. He landed on his back and somehow landed on the table. Explain how this man's able to do these types of stuff without, like, somehow injuring himself. I don't understand. I don't understand. Because after he came in from commercial break, Judgment Day somehow was in control. But it didn't really last long because as soon as Finn Balor and Eric got in the ring, he got headbutted. Then he got hit in the knee, face. But then somehow Ivar got in there and almost got hit with a coup de grace but missed. And then got hit with Finn Balor got hit with this nasty Bronco Buster. Of course, Judgment Day's new assistant in Roxanne Perez distracted the referee, letting JD take Ivar's beard, pulling him down on the LED thing, having Finn Balor climb up on the thing, hitting the coup de grace. 1, 2, 3. When Balor is in the section. It is crazy that Win Balor is actually happening now. Maybe the reports of him getting a big push in 2025 and singles push in 2025 is good. And by the way, the New Day did get kicked out of this match because they were on the ringside commentating. And Xavier Woods made a good point. He lost the qualifier for Money in the Bank last week, and now all of a sudden he's in the qualifier for like tag team championships. He failed in the singles division. He went right down back to the tag team division. It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? And then Lyra Valkyria came out. No, this is not her coming out. No, I just realized. This is Becky Lynch cutting a promo on basically how after the end of Money in the Bank, she's going to be raising the hand that's going to put Lyra Valkyria down. And basically, Becky Lynch talking some trash. And then, oh my god, Stephanie Valkyrie. Stephanie Valkyrie. Bro, I keep forgetting her last name, bro. Stephanie and Rhea Ripley met in the locker room. They shook hands. Dream match center right here. Put these guys in the ring right now for the Women's World Championship. Magic will happen. And by the way, I saw Rhea Ripley online was wearing an R-Truth shirt, but I guess WWE made her take her off because apparently WWE wrestlers cannot support R-Truth. Crazy. Anyway, Lyra said, "Where are you, Becky, bro? Get out here, bro. Get out here. Or we know you're in a corner of the backstage area." And then Becky Lynch comes out. And she says, whoa. I made you different person. I hurt you mentally. I definitely hurt you physically, but I don't know if I hurt you mentally. And then they started going back and forth. Lyra cutting a nice promo, except the crowd started doing the dumb, what chants. Nobody wants to hear those chants, bro. Turn it off, bro. And then she cut a front of her promo and said, "Let's do it right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma." And Becky said, "Nah, I don't do it in front of Oklahoma. I want to see you in Los Angeles." And then Lyra ran down to the ring, attacked Becky Lynch, and got pulled by security. I thought it would have been cool if they went through the Titantron, but apparently it's too safe, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Anyway, the Usos and Sammy and Yeet came down from the thing, and they were yeeting with this kid. Jay Uso pushed a kid to the side because he was yeeting too much. And then Paul Heyman came out with the big Bronson Reed, and oh my God, Bronson Reed slimmed down, and he is a tank now. Oh my God, this bro, he looks more terrifying. And with Braun Breaker, oh my God, bro, imagine Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed coming at you. Oh my God, I would run. I would run so fast. But it wouldn't matter because Braun Breaker would be able to catch up with me, then spear me from the back, and then I get tsunami like 6 times and I'm dead. You know what I mean? Anyway, Jay got ran around the ring a couple times because the ring shifted like 3 inches to the right because how fast Braun Breaker is running. And Sami Zayn slapped the chest with 2 hands of Bronson Reed, and that was not a good idea because somehow Bronson Reed distracted the referee. And Braun Breaker took advantage and hit Sami Zayn, and then Braun Breaker and Jey Uso went at it when the yeet punches, and then Braun Breaker put him up on his shoulders, hit the knees to the gut buster thing, and then when he was trying to hit the super spear, he got hit with a super kick, fell on the ground, and Jey Uso thought he was Gunther, so he put the weak chokehold, sleeper hold, and Bronson Reed did the back dive because he was like the senton Jey Uso, but mostly landed on Braun Breaker. And look at Braun Breaker's face after Bronson Reed hit that, bro. Bro was not playing around. And then Sami went flying, got caught by Bronson Reed, not Bronson Reed and Braun. But Jey Uso came on flying down. But out of nowhere, Seth Rollins curb stomps Jay's head 15 inches down on the mat. But Sami attacked Seth, and oh my God, Braun Breaker had Sami Zayn on the table. Seth was gonna about a carry with the Bronson Reed was about to climb up the top rope, do a tsunami through the announcer's table, but CM Punk hit Braun Breaker with a chair, and Seth Rollins told Braun Breaker the plan to hey, you know where he is tonight. You know where it is. Keep in mind. He was just foreshadowing what was going to happen in the later match. Then we get to the Judgment Day Clubhouse. And Liv Morgan had to talk to Finn Balor saying, I see what's going on, Finn. I see what's going on. The massaging, the chicken nuggets. And that's kind of what she was doing last year. Remember? We all remember that. And nothing's going on. There's no plan. I mean, maybe it's because you've lost 2 times since you came back, but there's no plan. And then just being manipulative as always. And Dom saying, hey, yo, is everything okay? And you see that's not cool shirt. Yeah. And the PS5 is not there no more, man. It's so empty. And Dom said, is everything okay? She said, yeah, everything's fine, Liv. And we went to see Raquel Rodriguez versus Kairi Sane. This was a pretty solid match, though it kind of was ruined by the We Want Truth chants, but I get it. The crowd wants truth back, and I want truth back. So, I mean, but this was a solid match. Raquel Rodriguez, everyone was pointing out this part, at least in Sonny's app chat. We all know what it is. Don't point it out no more. But by the way, how much money would you be paid to take this spot? You know what I'm saying? How much money would you be to take it swung in to the apron? You know what I'm saying? Clothesline, payback, and a little more with talking. What was I saying? Oh, talking trash. Vertical suplex where Kairi Sane probably reversed it, hit this beautiful thing. But then, when Liv Morgan was trying to get involved, Io Sky came down. Liv Morgan and Io started attacking, letting Kairi Sane take advantage of Raquel Rodriguez, hitting the insane elbow for the 1, a 2, a 3. and having Kairi Sane win the match. And I actually just saw Kairi Sane take on Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship at Women's Evolution 2018. That was pretty good. Pretty good. But yeah. But Kairi Sane's on a 2-week win streak. Will it continue next week? We'll find out and see. By the way, Money in the Bank at Raw after Money in the Bank looks like to be a big card and a good card. And I think Jey Uso is losing a championship there. Not to Gunther. To the Money in the Bank holder. I think he's losing it. Anyway, Sammy's in the back. Karrion Kross talked to Sammy. Said, Sammy, and Sammy just lost. So why do you keep bothering me? Why do you keep bothering me? And he said, because I think you're a liar. I think you're a liar to them. I think you're a liar to you. I think you're a liar to your family, and most of all, I think you're a liar to yourself. Look, Sammy, you're not a good guy. You're not a good guy. You're just like us. You're a bad guy. And Sammy says, no, you're not. And Karrion Kross said, okay. Believe what you want to believe, Sammy. But you're a bad guy. So continue to tell Sami Zayn and push on the narrative on Sami Zayn that he's a bad guy and he can do way worse stuff to people than Sami Zayn will allow to himself. And then we showed the history and the rivalry of main event Jey Uso versus Gunther, because they have a World Championship match next week on Raw. So, yeah. Anyway, Gunther came in the locker room basically telling Jey, I see you are putting your hardest effort to behold this World Heavyweight Championship. But the reason why you're going to lose that championship next week to me is because you do what your heart does. You don't do what your brain tells you. You do what your heart do it. That's why you're going to get beat up before our match next week. And then Jey said, hey. He said, one word. He said, I forget, he said, one word, couple letters, tap out. And he said, and then Gunther just left. Like, what? And then we had the Money in the Bank triple threat qualifying match, El Grande Americano, AJ Styles, and CM Punk. Of course, El Grande Americano was weirdly checked out by the referee because if he had the piece in his head. That's discrimination. Why, if you did it to El Grande, you might as well do it to AJ and CM Punk. Unbelievable. Anyway, we had the little dream match in CM Punk and AJ Styles when AJ had landed a beautiful picture dropkick, and then of course El Grande hit this nasty headbutt to AJ. Beautiful running knee to El Grande. And when AJ Styles went for the phenomenal forearm, he got blown off the top rope by El Grande. And did the disrespect of CM Punk trying to take off the mask of the legendary mask of the historic, historic breaking El Grande Americano like that was just disrespectful. Trying to take the mask off of a legend, of person who's won multiple championships in multiple different continents is disrespectful, bro. They're really happy because he delivered a beautiful German suplex to AJ Styles. AJ Styles did a inverted DDT for El Grande and a DDT for CM Punk. CM Punk tried to hit the GTS on El Grande, but El Grande turned it into a ankle lock. But CM Punk fought out of it, having El Grande go into AJ Styles, hitting the Styles Clash. But then when CM Punk and AJ got into the mix, they went to try to do a bridge, but El Grande Americano hit a quick moonsault on top of them. Both El Grande tried to do a moonsault to Punk, but he moved out the way, and he got caught with the GTS. But before he could capitalize on the pin, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed took CM Punk out of the match, and then not AJ, Sammy and Jay were trying to take out Braun and Bronson. But then before AJ could hit the phenomenal forearm, he got hit by this bomb. So he got mad and said, nah, not how it's going to work here, boy. So he jumped and did a springboard, like, crossbody on them. And then when he went for the phenomenal forearm, he got hit with a headbutt that had that metal piece by El Grande. He pinned AJ Styles, and he's now in Money in the Bank. Think about this. El Grande Americano beat CM Punk, the favorite of the match, and another favorite in AJ Styles in the match. Bro, how? Bro, bro, I can't believe that. I can't believe El Grande won. Oh my god. But CM Punk was mad, so he took his aggression out on Braun, and him and Seth kept fighting. But he got taken out by a super spear, and Jey Uso got hit with a couple tsunamis. And Seth Rollins and his group were staying tall after taking out Sammy, Jay, and Punk. So, I have a couple of issues. I don't have actually issues. I have some interesting things I want to point out. First off, Jay got really beat up during this match on Raw tonight. Yeah, this show. He got beat up multiple times by Seth Rollins' group, and he took 2 tsunamis from Bronson Reed at the end of the show. And he has to go in Money in the Bank now 100%. And he's probably going to get beat up there more worse. And he's going to a championship defense the next night, or 2 nights after Money in the Bank on Raw. So, there's some shenanigans going on. And I think it's a cash-in. And whoever wins Money in the Bank is cashing in on Jay. And wins the World Heavyweight Championship from Jay, ending Jey Uso's short title reign. Which I don't know. Thinking about, I don't know if it's gonna be a successful cash in, because we all know that Triple H publicly already said he does not like Money in the Bank. He's also bad at booking it, but he doesn't like it. But he also likes long championship reigns, like he did with Gunther. Damian Priest didn't have a really long championship reign. He had like a 6-month reign or something like that. But still, I think Jey Uso's gonna get cashed in on. What do you guys think? Comments below. Leave your opinions down below about this episode of Monday Night Raw, and what do you think of El Grande Americano winning the Money in the Bank qualifier? But yeah, again, leave a like down below. Hit the subscribe button if you're new, because I'm on the road to 500 subscribers. Really like to get there before the end of 2025. Anyway, have a beautiful rest of your day. See you tomorrow. Bye.